What's up, guys? How you guys doing today? Today is February 18, 2025. Well, it so happens another plane crashed Monday afternoon in Toronto, Canada. It was a CRJ 900, similar to the one that happened in Washington, D.C., but the one in Washington, D.C., I believe was a CRJ 700. It was an older model. This CRJ 900 is a newer model. The technology is way better, but when it comes to the weather conditions, you can have a plane that's just 2 months old and whatever. It's just sad to hear that we keep hearing stories about plane crashing and people getting hurt or killed. In this case, it was 80 people, 18 seriously, one child, but everybody managed to be okay. So that's the latest story that's going on. So let me show you a video that I found. So again, keep in mind, I am not an expert. I am just a concerned citizen, just one of those people who want to talk about these things because it's important to spread the news and to spread the stories that are going on out there. Sure, the news media, they cover the stories and stuff, but in YouTube, you find better stories on YouTube with professionals, pro people that know about airplanes, and they give their perspective and their opinion. And shout out to you for sharing these stories to us. I get more information from you guys than I do from the media themselves. So this is a video that I found.
Oh, no. Oh,
Wow.
Everything, drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. Step on the right. On the right.
Holy
Wow. Let me go back for a second. Here is somebody on a plane already. Or I think they're on a plane. I'm not sure. They're on a plane or they're in a car, but they're videotaping this plane. So shout out to the person that was recording this when this happened, because the NTSB are going to look at this video 100% so they can study it and prevent these things from happening. Because later on, you're going to see that the statistics of plane crashes that's happening. So people are getting a little bit alarmed. I don't like flying myself, but people get a little alarmed about it. But I still think they say, and I agree, the safe way to travel is, and to get to A to B much faster, is with an airplane. Just people need to do their jobs and do it right. So you can see that they saying that the wind played a big role. Okay, according to what I found out, is that there was believed to be 30 to 40 mile per hour wind at the airport when this happened. So the pilot was trying to control the plane and land it as safely as possible, but obviously with winds and everything, it probably made it hit the ground a little harder than it should, and it caused it to tail a little bit, and the rest, nature took its course. Now, according to what I found out, was that the wings are supposed to separate at this point when something like this happens, because where the wings are is where the fuel is, and that's really where you get all the fire from the wings itself. So having the wings separate from the fuselage of the plane, again, I'm not an expert, but this is what I'm hearing, makes sense. Having it separate from the plane saved a lot of people. I heard also the fact that, because this is a newer plane, the seats are better secured, the seat belts, all that stuff. So people who were strapped that ended up upside down, they survived. It would have been a different story have they not had their seatbelt on. So always wear your seatbelt.
Everything.
Now, this lady right here, she's telling people, get out. She's the flight attendant. And she was telling people, leave everything, just go, just go, just go. The guy that's filming this video, he's saying, well, I have my phone in my hand, I'm recording. And she's saying, don't record this. Don't record this. Now, I'm going to play it to see if you can hear it. But she's saying, don't record this. Now, me personally, if I'm filming when the plane is landing, I'm going to let it roll. I'm not going to stop it. I'm just going to let it roll. Whatever you see, you see. But the goal is to share this story, to share this moment in your life. So you want to record. Listen, technology today, everybody has a cell phone. You have video footage. You have video capabilities on your phone. Use it. As soon as you hear people say something like that, don't listen to them. Follow your own judgment and do what you have to do to save yourself. It's the same thing that I keep telling people. When you get your car, get yourself a dash cam, because videos are going to be able to tell the story to the insurance company that, hey, you had an accident. It's not your fault. Here's the proof. Here's the video. All right, so let's go back to this thing here. So she's telling him, leave everything behind, just go, which is the right thing to do. And then she says something that I didn't like.
Everything. Drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. Put that phone away.
So, see, don't take your video, or don't take video, put that phone away. I think that's what she says. Let me play it back.
Don't take your video. Put that phone away. Come on. Don't take your video. Put that phone away.
Don't take your video, or don't take the video, put that phone away. I'll put it one more time so you can hear it.
Everything. Drop it. Come on. Don't take your video. Put that phone away.
Holy
Now, this guy's just shocked that he survived. He is holy this, holy that, holy this, God forgive him. He's using Jesus, God's name in vain. Listen, you are alive. Thank God that you are. Thank God that you are. You are alive. And you live to tell the tale of what just happened to you. But don't use God's name in vain. Don't do that. And he did. So they were muting him anyway. So here's the thing that I found. I found some stats here about history. We're talking about dating back from the 1970s. We're in the world today that it is safer to be out there to fly. I don't like flying. So for me to be able to look at this just is comforting, to know that there is a lot of planes out there that are flying every single day throughout the world. These things happen. If I need to go somewhere on vacation and I have to fly, I would do it. But I would pray. I would ask God to get me there safely. I would tell him, and ask him. And if something was to still happen because of a human error or the weather or whatever the case may be, and something happens to me, I know that I'm no longer in this world. I will be in the next world. Why? Because I follow Jesus. I believe in Jesus, and I know I'll be okay. I'm only temporarily in this world anyway. So whether it happens within now or 30 years from now, the fact is I'm following Jesus Christ, and I love God, and I read the Bible, and I pray every morning and night, and I thank God every day. So anyway, I'm sorry I'm bringing Jesus Christ in this for some people if they don't believe in Jesus Christ, but I do. All right, so since 1970, look at this, 2,226 deaths, 298 incidents that have happened since 1970. That 1970 alone, okay? But we go down, and as we go, you see that the numbers are going lower and lower and lower. So all this, the numbers are going lower, which is good. Less incidents, less fatalities. People, we want to go to zero, but that's almost impossible. But here, 2001, obviously 1,539 deaths, 210 incidents. Now, they're not counting what happened on 9/11, which they make an indication does not include victims of September 11 attacks. Outside the plane, there were 2,740 people, fatalities outside the planes, which would bring the total of 4,279 deaths in 2001. But they're not counting what the terrorists did in 2001. Now let's go all the way down to today. Look at 2020. Now, we all know what happened in 2020. Less people were traveling because of the pandemic. So there was only 90 incidents and only 463 people died in 2020. But, nobody was flying. But look, 2019, only 578. Look at 2017, 399, only 101. So 2017, I don't know. This was in the United States. Most of the accidents are happening right here in the Northeast. Over here in Asia, all the accidents that happen in Asia, India, Russia, Ukraine area, that stuff. And over here, I forgot what part, but in Africa, these areas here also means that there is a lot of climate, weather conditions. So a lot of bad weather do happen here. Here is another plane crash in the world, 1970 to 2020. The green represents human factor. Human factor, in other words, they played a big role in why there was a lot of accidents and plane crashes. Human factor. The red represent terrorism. So if you can see here in 2001, around here, you could see this area around here. That was obviously what happened in 9/11. But then the weather is little small parts. So the weather doesn't play a big role here, but yet we've been hearing nothing but weather issues when it comes to plane crashes. It has something to do with weather, especially for the small planes. The small planes are the ones that are having more issues with the weather. Yeah, so I found this other video, and it shows little animation of what happened. Not accurate, of course, but it's a little animation. And again, this is a CRJ, similar to the one in Washington, D.C. Same type of style of plane. And see, they're showing that it was about 30-mile-per-hour wind. And it hit hard and it tilted and ended up in that position. So why don't they put parachutes on a plane, right? That's another story. But I was doing some research about that. And according to what I found out is that is complicated. Russia is trying to create a parachute where the fuselage comes off automatically, like a picture that we're looking at here. But whatever happened to the pilot, the captain? What happened here to the co-captain? You don't see them anyway. So that's another story. Stiff winds blew over Canada and Toronto. A story I'm reporting regarding concerned citizens like myself And what can NTSB do to these companies, American Airlines, Delta, and everything, to make them understand? Because in the end, it's all about money. So how do you make them understand? Listen, this is happening in Toronto. I don't think we should go there. Let the weather kind of diminish a little bit. You know, because I'm happy everybody's alive, but it could have been a different story. We could have heard another disaster, really, really bad disaster with the airline industry, and we don't want that to happen. We do not want that to happen. So anyway, just another story. Concerned citizen like myself, worried about the airline industry, but it's still safe to fly. It's still that's the way to go. And if I have to travel on vacation, I would, unfortunately, I would have to take a plane. Again, I'm not an expert, and I'm just stating what's going on in this world today. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace. God bless you guys. God bless.